Captain Henley, can you tell me just what type of personnel that we have here taking care of the situation?
We have approximately 60 troopers on the scene, representing...
Wait, just a minute. Jerry, would be hourly use them to do that for me? I did. Okay. Captain Henley, been dead?
The count stands at 62 injured and 4 dead. Out of the 62 injured, there's 2 that's critical.
Have you got any estimate as far as damage is concerned?
Not in dollars and cents. There's probably 70 trailers demolished.
What about the damage at Fort Rucker?
I'm not familiar with the damage at Fort Rucker. I've been here on the scene here all the time, not any at Rucker.
Have you any trouble with people, outsiders coming in?
It's been a minimum of trouble with people. Certainly you always have outsiders come in, but there's been no major problem with it. There was a lot of people involved here, 70 trailers, and in a trailer court this large, you have a lot of people anyway here. So there was a lot of people on the scene here initially, but there's not been no real major problem.
Okay, Captain, thank you, Jeff.
Thanks.
The storm with no mercy came from out of that direction in the wee hours of this morning. It showed no mercy. 70 homes completely demolished. The death toll and the number of injuries. Can I start it over again? Officials say the storm came from out of that direction around 1 o'clock this morning. It cut a path of about 300 yards in some places, leaving behind it devastating damage. The storm saw... Sorry, Tal. The storm struck this area at about 1 o'clock this morning. It came from out of that direction, and it cut a path of about 300 yards in some places, taking the mobile homes. Stop for a minute, Mike. It was about 1 o'clock this morning when havoc broke loose. Officials say the storm came from out of that direction, moved across this trailer park, cutting a path of about 300 yards wide. This is George Mitchell, WSFA TV News in Dale County on the outskirts of the city of Enterprise. How was that? Mrs. Provine, you were one of the nurses that were on duty when the tornado first struck. Can you describe for me just what you experienced?
Well, about 3 minutes after 1 this morning, the wind picked up and it was raining real hard, and my daughter became frightened, and she went to the window to look out, and she says, "Mother, we're having a terrible storm." And she went back to bed, and just as she went back to bed, I heard somebody hollering outside. So I opened up the window and I hollered out, "Is anybody hurt over there?" And somebody hollered back, "There's lots of people hurt over here. We need blankets and all the help we can get." So I ran out the door and fumbled through the dark because the electricity had gotten off, and got some blankets and ran across the street, and people were milling around in the middle of the highway, and some of them were milling around all over the trailer court, and there was debris from one end of the trailer court to the other. It was pretty quiet. I don't think anybody was I don't remember seeing anybody hysterical. Men were holding their heads, were bleeding, and some were holding their arms, some were holding their backs, and people were looking for other people. One man couldn't find his wife, another family couldn't find their child, and it was just a pretty rough time. It was sort of chaotic at first. For about a half an hour, everybody was running here, running there, hollering, "Can you hear me? Is anybody under there?" And we all got together and lifted some roofs off the trailers, hunting for people, and some of the men formed a line and took some high-tension wires off the top of the trailer so they could start moving furniture around. And it was just pretty rough there for a while, still pretty rough.
Thank you very much, Jim. Could you send her out here? Or I'll go with you. I got to get one more.
Here from Enterprise.
Are you recording?
Enterprise, Troy, and and we've got medical supplies so that we can fix them up to get them to the hospital.
Are you keeping in contact with the operations going on out at Fort Rucker?
Yes, we've got an answering service out there, and Mr. Jim Legg that was assisting me he's gone back out there to get some more information. We're trying to get a telephone out here right now.
Can you tell me how many people you've handled here at this point this morning?
Oh, I would say around 500. We've had so many people come in offering help, you know, but really assistance, we don't have that many, you know, yet. So we haven't had too many injuries here. We sent those to the hospital, but we have had quite a bit of people, you know, needing food. So we're really working.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Can you tell me what time the tornado struck?
1:02. That's what time the clock stopped.
Just what were you doing at the time?
We were both asleep, and all of a sudden I heard a lot of noise outside, and I stood up, and about 2 seconds later the trailer flipped over, and my wife was underneath the bed, and I was only in my underwear, and she was pretty sick too. So I fished her out of the bed, and I could smell gas, and of course I didn't know everything was upside down. So we finally made our way outside, and we heard some people calling for help, so we made it the best we could to the street. From there we went over to some friend's house, and then came back and started fishing people out.
Yeah. It was unbelievable how everybody got here so fast and helped also, because they were here.
How long after it happened were people on the scene giving assistance?
By the time I got out to the road,
By the time we
there
got
were
out,
people stopping
yeah,
and coming down.
people
About-
from the court, people that trailers are all right, were coming, and they helped an awful lot.
Do you have any idea how many people were killed here?
I think the total's 5 right now. I'm not sure.
That's what I heard.
don't know.
Have you heard how many trailers were damaged?
No, I don't have.
How many trailers are here, do you know?
Over 100. I would say probably around 30 trailers were completely demolished. And maybe 5 or 10 more just split in half or turned upside down. So.
Bad.